Aquarius, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Aquarius. Grab a coffee, grab a tea, grab a beverage, kick back and relax and enjoy. When I'm recording this, these messages are always timeless. Just use your discernment accordingly, always. But when I'm recording this, we're in Scorpio season, and there's a lot that's changing and transforming in our lives. There's a lot that's being forced to change. Things that, like, you know, maybe we kind of had those intuitive inklings around. We kind of could see how things were going to play out, but maybe we were hoping that they wouldn't. It's forcing us to reevaluate, to connect a lot more with those deeper desires of our heart, i.e. those things that might not be as readily apparent on the surface, or things that maybe we're a little ashamed of or we're afraid of. We're afraid of what change that could actually bring. So we'll start with an energy cleansing. Cleanse the energy, cleanse the vibes, a little blessing for you, blessing for me for the reading. And it's also a really good time to set your own intention. If there's any messages you would like to receive or questions you would like Spirit to answer, definitely give those over and be open to receive now. Or, you know, if, I don't know where that was going. Sorry, I just got lost in my thought. I was going to say I also do personal readings, so if you want me to look at your specific situation, I'd totally be happy to do so. I use tarot, astrology, mediumship, or if you need just a little rebalancing of that mind, body, soul, I do energy healings and holistic wellness consultations. So really helping to ground and stabilize so we can see a little clearer what we need to do, the choices, decisions that we have to make in front of us. With that, Aquarius, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from us so that we can see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, my guardian angels, Mama Love. It's a smoky one today, Aquarius. It's a smoky one, and literally this is like my third time starting this video. So I feel like a little resistance from your energy. I feel like hesitation. There's a little bit of fear, you know, and oftentimes when the smudges become really smoky, it just is that indication that there's more that we need to cleanse out. There's more that we need to release. Things that we're not necessarily aware of. And that is a theme within the collective. Sorry. My son is signaling me. That is a theme within the collective energy right now, where we want certain things, right? But either it's not the right time, it's not the right place, etc. And so we have to make readjustments. We have to find more creative solutions. And, you know, it's not easy because it's forcing us to be very honest with ourselves. So there might be a part of you in a situation, in a dynamic where you were playing the hero is what I'm hearing, or you felt like you had to play the hero. This energy also has been coming up a lot in the collective this week. And I feel like in some ways it's gotten you into some trouble. It's gotten you into some trouble around what the reality of who you are actually is. And maybe I'm hearing like people have taken advantage, challenged, tested your boundaries, but also had incredibly high expectations of you and what you would deliver at the same time. And now you're kind of in this space where it's like, okay, how do I feel it's like diffusing the narrative. How do I get people to see the truth? You were playing out of this role of being the one who saved everybody. But again, that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. And it's also kind of come at a detriment to you, right? But you're having a hard time reflecting, unfortunately, reflecting. I think it's human nature, right? Like we kind of just want to keep pushing ahead. We kind of just want to hope, cross our fingers that we're doing it right, etc. But there's something around this where it's needing to, like, Spirit's asking you to be a little bit more balanced, right? When we're just reacting to the things and situations around us, they end up getting us into bigger messes than what we want. Spirit's saying have a little bit more forethought, right? Like instead of just, like I was saying, reacting or operating out of, maybe you took something personally or it made a bigger mess than what it actually needed to. And now Spirit's asking you to rebalance a little bit more, finding ways to be more self-reflective. And this is not an easy energy, Aquarius, like for any of us, right? Self-reflection means we have to be honest, we have to be aware, we have to be humble. Ironically, as I'm saying this, though, that was the collective energy that I pulled for today. This idea that, like, we find our prosperity, we find our abundance through being grateful and having humility. Grateful for our current experiences, but also having humility around the things that do need a little bit more refinement, i.e., you don't have to have it all put together. You don't have to be this person that comes in and saves everything, because right now you're in a little bit of a bind. And Spirit's asking you, because of this, to make some changes. You have to go back to the drawing board, or maybe you're already in this place where you're thinking through, figuring out what really works for you, what serves your purpose. But there's also these changes that are being required to be made. And here's the thing. I think you knew about a lot of this stuff beforehand, but originally maybe not thinking things through. We all do it, right? I'm not saying this to throw shade by any means, but it's, Spirit's basically highlighting this fact that we don't want to be too ambitious, right? Knight of Wands can get us into trouble. He is a lot about taking action before thinking, before doing, etc. And it can also be a little bit of an immature energy, i.e. thinking that we know everything when we really don't, And again, I'm not saying that in a way to throw shade against you. It's just more this value of making sure that you're taking time to understand. I'm hearing some of this is about getting a little bit more information. I'm hearing that, like, maybe you made some choices, some decisions before you even had the full picture. And there's, oh my gosh, let me finish this thought. There's a part of you that's kind of, quote unquote, licking your wounds from this experience. But here we just got double confirmation on that death card, right? So death and rebirth. Scorpio is actually that season of transformation, like I was talking about in the very beginning, and the ability to rise again. I love it. it's often correlated to the Phoenix energy, where when our experiences take us down, when we do have to have that proverbial death to self, ways of doing, ways of showing up, relationships, etc., it's our ability to rise again. And as much as this is like confirming to you exactly what you need to cut out, exactly what you already know, it's not saying it's easy. It's not saying that like it's going to be, rainbows and rose petals. It's a little more difficult. It's a little more tricky than that. It's been hard to self-reflect because it brings up a lot of emotion. But I think that emotion needs to be brought up, Aquarius. I think it's like, here's the thing. With the Queen of Swords energy, she's really diplomatic and she has the feminine energy to her advantage, meaning that not everything is cut and dry in life. Yes, we have to make decisions in that manner at times. This is one of those times. But there's also a way to be gentle with yourself, to understand intentions, motivations, etc., whether that's coming from within yourself or around you, so that you can make a more holistic choice. So you're not left stuck with people and situations that have these ridiculously high expectations of you, or making you responsible for their life, their choices, etc. And these are huge changes that are happening for you, Aquarius. It feels like a lot. It feels a little overwhelming. And as much as I feel like here's the thing, I feel like you're gathering information right now in the right kind of way. I don't feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. I feel like this is coming through new experiences, conversations with people that you don't normally talk to, kind of gauging the temperature, the tone, and maybe what a practical response is, or how to better navigate people's situations that put these really high expectations on you, who you should be and how you should deliver. This is all connected to that forethought. Okay, yeah, 100%. I love this. So overarching energy for you is forethought with 8 of Cups. So stop reacting, right? Stop acting out of the toxicity. Stop and here's the thing, it's about not giving yourself the honor and respect to find the knowledge, to find the understanding, right? To really understand why something or someone is acting, behaving in a certain way. Maybe taking people at their word a little bit too much, believing something that someone says, or maybe you have a connection with this person where you've been giving this part of yourself to them for quite some time, and now you're starting to see, or you have started to see, some of the disconnects, and it's forcing you to walk away and find new understanding, find new people, new reflections. Like I was saying, that new information. It's like you're looking at how to live life from a different perspective. You've been whether this is, I don't know if it's necessarily you. I feel like this is someone kind of projecting their agenda onto you, and you've just been like, okay, that makes sense, blah, blah, blah. Like, not buying into it, but resonating with it on some level. However, things are changing, right? And enough to force you, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's happening for you right now is forcing you to reflect, is forcing you to look at not only what's going on in front of you, but the bigger picture. Because that's the detriment of where this heroism comes into play, is it's very short-sighted. It's very limited. It only gets you so far. And in a way that it doesn't even feel like it's in alignment with you. Like it actually is like, once you move through the situation, you're like, shit, I wish I would have done it differently, or, you know, whatever. Like you're kind of having these shoulda, woulda, couldas. I love this. I actually pulled this for the overarching energy today. And a lot of this, Camilla, is about having humility, being thankful, being grateful for what is in the present moment, not trying to be overly ambitious, knowing when to self-protect, especially with this Holly. You know, here's the thing. When we are thankful, grateful, have that gratitude for what's in the present moment, it makes us a stronger version, a more solid version of ourselves. So then we're better able to sustain the things that we do want to manifest, that expansion, that growth and prosperity. And that's what this Holly is all about. It's knowing yourself and then finding ways to work with other individuals so it is happy, so it is harmonious, and it's not always this chaos, etc. But it does require a sense of vigilance. It requires you to step into your power, to not let other people take advantage or dictate how you should act, how you should behave, or what your response, oops, sorry about that, I just knocked over my microphone. Not letting people dictate what your response should be. And sometimes that's easier said than done, because it means that we have to be accountable. It means that we have to hold boundaries. It means that we have to keep other people accountable as well. But it is definitely connected to this Wolfbane spirit, where it's forcing you to empower yourself on a deeper level, on a more authentic level, and also delivering you happiness on the other side, right? When you kind of assume this role of being everything to everyone, or always helping quote unquote someone who's playing the victim role out, it's not serving what you want. It's not serving your ultimate purpose. And you're seeing that a lot clearer. It's a little hard. It's not an easy thing to go through. And I feel like you're still kind of making peace with some of this week. I think that it's easy to see these patterns repeating themselves. There's definitely this wake-up call energy that's happening for you, where it's forcing you to see it, you know, and kind of readjust your perspective, recalibrate, so that you are a little bit more intentional down the road, and in a way that actually like serves your ultimate goal, your ultimate vision. So a little heavy this week. It's been that way in the collective 100%, but I do hope this reading helped. Aquarius, always. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I'd love to hear, or just connect, share in a little love, little TLC. Thank you so much for all the love and support you bring to the channel. I am sending that back your way.